22 अक्टूबर 2025 और एडेक्सल फिजिक्स आईएएल यूनिट नंबर 1 में हम वर्क एनर्जी पावर के जो 2020 के बाद वाले पेपर हैं उनके क्वेश्चंस को आज की क्लास में सॉल्व कर रहे हैं। क्वेश्चन बेटा ये है कि रोलर कोस्टर पी पर है और लिखा हुआ है पी पर रोलर कोस्टर स्टॉप है। इसका मतलब है यहाँ काइनेटिक एनर्जी नहीं है, यहाँ सिर्फ पोटेंशियल एनर्जी है और यकीनन यहाँ पे जो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी होगी वो ज़्यादा होगी। पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का फॉर्मूला होता है mgh। P पर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी होगी mgh। ये P से रोलर कोस्टर चली और Q तक पहुंच गई, तो सर Q पर हाइट कम हो चुकी है और जब हाइट कम हो चुकी है, अब हाइट हो चुकी है 30 मीटर, तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी हो चुकी होगी Q पर mg 30। पोटेंशियल एनर्जी डिक्रीज हो गई and you know how much potential energy loss it is converted into gain in kinetic energy, and kinetic energy equation is half m v square. Acha, we are not given the value of mass and the value of m cancel out in all factors, and now you have to calculate velocity. velocity आपने कैलकुलेट करनी है, आप करेंगे, मैं नहीं कर रहा। और देखिए इसका आंसर आएगा डी, क्योंकि रिकॉर्डिंग से पहले उस वन इस सवाल को कर दिया था। तो आप लोग बेटा अपने हाथ से करके देखिए, आपको इसकी आपका रिजल्ट मिल जाएगा 90 जी। 75 माइनस 30 करोगे तो इट इज़ 45 जी। फिर ये वाला 2 इधर आके मल्टीप्लाई होगा तो इट बिकम्स 90 जी। स्क्वायर इधर आके स्क्वायर रूट बनेगा तो ये बन जाएगा अंडर रूट 90 जी। तो P पर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी हाई, Q पर पोटेंशियल एनर्जी लो, and the difference of potential energy between P and Q, it is converted into kinetic energy and its equation is half mv square, and then you calculated velocity of roller coaster at point Q. Now the second question of the same paper. क्वेश्चन ये है कि लैम्प की एफिशिएंसी आपको गिवन है, it is 0.68 or 68%, it is efficiency. The lamp output is light and the lamp output is 120 joule, and the question is what is electrical energy supplied, that is input energy. You have to calculate input energy, ठीक है ना? And if you are calculating input energy, then E is equal to 120 upon 0.68, 120 upon 0.68, so the right answer is D. तो ये दोनों क्वेश्चन बिल्कुल सिंपल से थे, कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं। And now it is a question from same paper, November 2020, we are solving. The question is, when you burn a fuel, then it gives you thermal energy, it releases thermal energy, and you are given this condition, each liter of fuel, each liter of fuel releases 32 megajoule energy. Okay, it is given. And now we are consuming 65 liters of fuel. And this 65 liters of fuel lasted 8 hours. And the question is calculate power input. You have to calculate power input. You know, power is equal to energy divided by time. The energy is released 32 megajoule, but this energy for 1 liter of petrol, 1 liter of fuel, but we are consuming 65 liters of fuel, so 65 is multiplied with 32 megajoule, so it is the energy consumed by car. And what is the time? So time is 8 hours, so this hours must be converted into seconds. And if you solve, if you divide these two numbers, then you can calculate power, and the power is 72 200 watts. 72 200 watts. and if you divide this number by 1000, then it becomes 72.2 kilowatts. If you divide by 1000, then it is converted into kilowatts. So it is 72.2 kilowatts. But in exam you are given, you have to show that it is 70. So you should write finally it is approximate 70 kilowatts. But the original power input is 72.2 kilowatts. If you are writing, then I am waiting. If you are writing. Otherwise, I will share you PDF at the end of the class. I will share you recording as well. So to save your time, I think you should not write. It is power input and it is very simple question. And now they are asking calculate power output. They are asking calculate power output. And to calculate power output, we are given something. Yes, sir. We are given total distance covered by car. It is the distance. It is the force of engine, and obviously time will be same because this is input and this is output. So the car having same time for input and output. So we have to calculate power output. So power output is equal to work divided by time, and work is force into distance divided by time. Force into distance divided by time. So what is force? Force is 2.1 kilonewton. Force is 2.1 kilonewton. Distance covered, so distance covered is 730 kilometer. 730 kilometer. Divided by time, as I said, time will be same for input and output. It is 8 hours, and 8 hours converted into second. So you can calculate power output. You can calculate power output, and power output is by calculator 53,230 watts. And if you divide by 1000, it becomes 53.2 kilowatts, and you are rounding off to 50 kilowatts. In calculator the answer is 53.23, but rounding off to the given result it is 50 kilowatts. So the question from after 2020, you will find the physics questions are easier as compared to if we are solving questions before 2020 year. 2020 में इन्होंने सिलेबस रिलीज किया था कि अब हम पेपर में क्वेश्चन इस तरह से पूछेंगे। तो आप देखिएगा कि जो क्वेश्चन की शीट हम लोग कल कर रहे थे, हाँ बेटा मिनाइल और उसवा, जो क्वेश्चन हम लोग कल कर रहे थे उसके अंदर डिफिकल्टी लेवल काफ़ी ज़्यादा था। आज वाले आप क्वेश्चन देखेंगे तो आपको क्वेश्चन बिल्कुल नॉर्मल से लगेंगे, और अच्छी बात है, खुशी की बात है भाई, 2020 के बाद से एडेक्सेल वाले ने पेपर में क्वेश्चन का लेवल कुछ आसान कर दिया। ठीक है जी, तो आप देख लीजिए सॉल्व करने में बड़े सिंपल क्वेश्चन भी चल रहा है कि वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड इनपुट पावर, वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड आउटपुट पावर, एंड नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू कैलकुलेट एफिशिएंसी। सर एफिशिएंसी इज इक्वल टू पावर आउटपुट, and I am writing the whole number. It is power output divided by power input, divided by power input. And if you are calculating in percentage, then you should multiply with 100, and the final result is 73.3%. हाँ बेटा उसमें आप मानती हैं कि अभी हमने जो 2020 के जितने सवाल कराए, आप देखिए तो ये नवंबर 2020 है, इसका क्वेश्चन 3, इसी का क्वेश्चन 6, इसी का क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 बिल्कुल सीधा साधा है एज कम्पेयर टू जो शीट में आपको कल करा रहा था उसका। हाँ वो जो जितने क्वेश्चन वाले थे ना, उसका पेपर का वेरिएंट भी बेटा कुछ और होता था। अभी आप लोग जो सॉल्व करते हैं उसमें इसका पेपर वेरिएंट बताइए क्या होता है। नहीं नहीं सी एच तो नहीं होगा ना, पी एच होगा, आप लोग फिजिक्स कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना। सी एच केमिस्ट्री वालों का, फिजिक्स वालों का बेटा पी एच है, ठीक है। डब्ल्यू पी एच, और उसके बाद क्या बोलते हैं। अच्छा आपको नहीं आ रहा, पर आप कल इसको देख के याद कीजिए, कर मुझे बताइएगा क्या है। या तो मुझे किसी को पता है, बनीन व्हाट इज योर पेपर वेरिएंट? बनीन, बनीन को भी नहीं पता? नहीं पता? अच्छा तुम्हें नहीं पता, ये नहीं पता तो सुनो, तो मुझे तो लगता है कि तुम लोगों ने फिर इसकी ना वेबसाइट भी आज तक नहीं खोल के देखी होगी। रुक जाए, ये मैं आपके साथ एक लिंक शेयर कर रहा हूँ। ये वाला लिंक है, ठीक है ना? ये मैंने कॉपी किया है। ये लिंक बहुत काम का है आप लोगों के लिए, ठीक है? और इस लिंक को क्या करना है मैं भी आपको बताता हूँ। ये लिंक मैंने शेयर कर दिया, ठीक है बेटा? और इस लिंक में क्या है ज़रा देखिएगा। जब आप खोलेंगे ना, तो ये आपको पास पेपर में ले जाएगा, ठीक है? और जब पास पेपर में लेकर आ जाए, आप सबके लिए बोल रहा हूँ मैं, तो आप यहाँ तक पहुँचिएगा, ठीक है? और ये आपको 2 साल काम आएगा। आप ज़रा देखिए, इस वक्त मैंने कौन सा पेपर खोला हुआ है, देखें सर। आपने खोला हुआ अक्टूबर 2019, अक्टूबर 2019 मैंने खोला हुआ है, ठीक है? इसमें ये यूनिट नंबर 1 है, और यूनिट नंबर 1 का पेपर वेरिएंट आपको नजर आ रहा है। इट इज यूनिट 1, पेपर वेरिएंट है बेटा WPH11, WPH11, ठीक है? ये क्वेश्चन पेपर होता है। रिकॉर्डिंग भी करके दे रहा हूँ भाई, कि इसको याद कर लो कि करना क्या है। ये क्वेश्चन पेपर आ गया। इस क्वेश्चन पेपर में आपको पता होगा कि फर्स्ट 10 क्वेश्चन आर एमसीक्यूज, ठीक है जनाब? फर्स्ट 10 क्वेश्चन आर एमसीक्यूज, और उसके बाद फिर स्ट्रक्चर क्वेश्चन स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं, ठीक है? उसके बाद ये है इसकी मार्किंग स्कीम, ठीक है ना? ये मार्किंग स्कीम, ये दो चीजें तो आपको आती हैं। तो बच्चा बताएगा एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट क्या चीज होती है? हाँ बेटा, एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट, ये पूरा जो पेपर हुआ था, उस पूरे पेपर के ऊपर डिस्कशन कर रहे होते हैं कि स्टूडेंट ने ये आंसर लिखा, तो हमने इसको एक्सेप्ट किया, इस आंसर के अंदर हमें ये ऑब्जेक्शन था। ये बच्चों के लिखे हुए आंसर हैं, ये स्टूडेंट के लिखे हुए आंसर हैं, ठीक है? अच्छा खैर, एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट को तो छोड़ें, बट यू शुड नो क्वेश्चन पेपर, यू शुड नो मार्कशीट। ये है यूनिट 1 जो आप देने जा रहे हो जनवरी में, ठीक है? और जब आप मई जून में जाओगे तो आपको ये दो पेपर पढ़ाऊंगा। यूनिट 2 जो है WPH12, यूनिट 3 जो है WPH13, ठीक? ये सारे पेपर आपको मिल जाएंगे, ये जो मैंने लिंक आपको शेयर किया है, ठीक है जी? और ये 3 पेपर के बजाय पेपर तो 6 होते हैं, और 6 पेपर में बाकी पेपर मुझे शायद नीचे दिखा रहा है। जी ये नीचे दिखा रहा है, आप और जाएंगे तो ये आपको और यूनिट्स दिखा देगा, ठीक है? जो आप यूनिट बोलेंगे वो यूनिट आपको दिखा देगा, सही? तो ये AS की भी दिखाएगा आपको, A2 को भी दिखाएगा, 6 के 6 पेपर दिखाएगा। अच्छा रिबम वापस आ जाता है जी। मनाहिल, व्हाट इज द वेरिएंट ऑफ योर यूनिट 1? मनाहिल, व्हाट इज द वेरिएंट? अभी अभी वेरिएंट बेटा मैंने आपको दिखाया है। इट इज WPH11, ठीक है? WPH11 इज यूनिट नंबर 1, ठीक है? अरे चलो जल्दी से आगे चलते हैं, जल्दी से आगे जाइए। नाउ जनवरी नवंबर 2020 पेपर खत्म हो गया बेटा, एंड नाउ वी आर स्टार्टिंग जनवरी 2020, ठीक है जी? द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज बेस यूनिट? बेस यूनिट इसमें उन्होंने जो पूछी है, उसको तो मैं अभी इग्नोर कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपको सारी निकाल के दिखा रहा हूँ। व्हाट इज द बेस यूनिट ऑफ फोर्स? सर फोर्स formula is MA, and the base unit of mass is kg, and base unit of acceleration is meter per second square. It is the base unit of force, okay? What is the base unit of work? Sir, work is force into distance. The base unit of force, sir, we have calculated right now. It is kg meter per second square. It is the base unit of force into distance, distance 1 more meter. So it makes kg meter square per second square. It is work. The first one is force, the second one is work, and now I am calculating power. Sir, power is work divided by time, rate of doing work. The base unit of work is kg meter square per second square, and the base unit of time is second. So the final result is kg meter square per second cube. And the same question you are given, kg meter square per second cube. It is the base unit of power. It is the base unit of power. What is the base unit of momentum? Sir, momentum is mass into velocity. The base unit of mass is kg. The base unit of velocity is meter per second. Okay? So in this question, I have shown four base units how to calculate. And now we are starting next question. The next question is, which row of the table contain two units that are not equivalent? Acha ji. You know this is W. W means it is watts. And you know watts is energy upon time, that is joule per second. So they are equivalent. These units are equivalent. Okay. These units are equivalent. Acha ji. Second one, Newton into second. Newton into second. You know Newton into second is the unit of momentum. And everyone I think knows that there is another unit of momentum is kg meter per second square. No, no. Sir, momentum unit is kg meter per second. And it is per second square. So it is not equivalent. So it is the right answer. ठीक है जी, मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. दिस इज यूनिट ऑफ पावर which is same as joule per second and watts. Meter per second square, acceleration, Newton per kg, it is also acceleration. Joule, force into displacement. All these are equivalent, but this is not equivalent. Newton into second is equals to kg meter per second. It is meter per second square, so it is not equivalent. And it is the unit of momentum. It is the unit of momentum. They are not equivalent. It is January 2024. Actually, this is very simple question which I am asking Simra. But Simra, you know, small g is known as gravitational acceleration, acceleration due to gravity, and its another name is gravitational field strength. What is the answer from the given options for gravitational field strength? Yes, you are right. And I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain. Actually, weight is equal to mg, and you know weight is gravitational force. Weight is gravitational force. And if you are defining g, then g is equal to gravitational force per unit mass. G is gravitational force per unit mass. So you are right, the right answer is B. And now the next question is also very simple. I am asking this question to Puswa. Puswa, but आप हमें बताइए. This is efficiency and motor lifting a load of 350 Newton through a height of 25 meter. And you know, when an object is lifted upward, then gravitational potential energy is output energy. Output energy is mgh. Output energy is mgh. And they are asking calculate input energy. They are asking calculate input energy. When an object is lifted upward, then gravitational potential energy is output energy. Gravitational potential energy is output energy. जी बेटा उसवा, आपके ख्याल में क्या है इसमें से आंसर? और ये भी बता दूं, सम टाइम ऐसा होता है उसवा, ये सवाल ऐसा बदतमीज सवाल है कि जो वैल्यूज हम क्वेश्चन में पुट कर रहे होंगे, पता नहीं ये वाला है या शायद आगे जाकर है, कि जो आंसर हम निकाल रहे होते हैं वो आंसर हमें इसमें नजर नहीं आ रहा होता. इसमें से कोई एक सवाल ऐसा आएगा. खैर ये वो वाला नहीं है, ये तो सिंपल है. दिस इज अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन. बट अभी आगे चल के एक सवाल, गंदा सवाल आएगा. बट दिस इज सिंपल. उसवा, कैन यू आंसर? Yes, you are right. Uswa answer is right. It is D. And now I am solving. Efficiency is equal to output. Sir, output is mgh. mgh divided by input energy, which we have to calculate. Efficiency in percentage. Input energy is equal to 350 weight lifted 25. Efficiency, if I convert this efficiency without percentage, then it is 0.68. 0.68. Okay. If we divide by 0. If we divide by 100, then percent is removed. So the input energy is 350 into 25 divided by 0.68. So this question is simple. This question is simple. This question is very difficult. I am going to solve this question. I am going to solve this question. Acha ji, now question number 9. Question number 9. A proton and electron have equal kinetic energy. Okay. Kinetic energy of electron and kinetic energy of proton are equal. Okay. The speed of proton is v. Speed of proton is v. And the mass of proton is 2000 times mass of electron. Mass of proton is 2000 times mass of proton is 2000 times mass of electron. Okay, you are given two conditions for proton. The velocity of proton is v, number one. Number two, the mass of proton is 2000 times the mass of electron. On the left hand side, I am writing simply for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square, half mv square, and all these notations for electron. And now I am not further solving. Abdullah, मुझे आंसर कीजिए. What is the speed of electron? Abdullah, आंसर कीजिए. What is the speed of electron? Abdullah bhai, what is the speed of electron? What is the speed of electron? Usma beta, what is the speed of electron? Usma's answer are very perfect. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Usma beta, what is the speed of electron? अब्दुल्ला यार आधा मैंने सॉल्व करा हुआ है, सिर्फ कटिंग करोगे आंसर आ जाएगा यार अब्दुल्ला. Yes, you are right. Half cancel out on either sides. Mass of electron cancel out on either side. You have to calculate speed of electron. So this square is shifted on the other side, and when it is shifted on the other side, then 2000 remains square root, but this v will be come out from the square root. So the right answer is under root 2000 time v. ठीक है जी. काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज इक्वल टू काइनेटिक एनर्जी ऑफ प्रोटॉन. वी आर गिवन दिस कंडीशन. The left hand side is half mv square for electron. The right hand side half mv square for proton. We put the given conditions and then simplify it. Then the velocity of electron is under root 2000 times v. So the right answer is A. Right answer is A. जी बेटा अब्दुल्ला, इज इट क्लियर और नॉट बेटा अब्दुल्ला? यार इतना आसान था वाली, जब तुम नहीं कर पा रहे अब्दुल्ला, क्या वजह क्या है? क्या तुम पेन कॉपी लेके नहीं बैठे हुए, क्या सिर्फ देख रहे हो बैठ के? जल्दी से बता. तो फिर क्यों नहीं काट पाए यार? दोनों तरफ से हाफ काटना था बेटा, दोनों तरफ से मास काटना था, वेलोसिटी आराम से आ जाती. इसका मतलब है अब मुझे आपसे क्वेश्चन करना चाहिए ताकि आप दिमाग चलाएं. ठीक है बेटा. चलें जी, एक मुश्किल सवाल कराने जा रहा हूँ जो मैंने बीच में स्किप किया था। एक मुश्किल सवाल कराने जा रहा हूँ बेटा, जो मैंने बीच में स्किप किया था। दिस इज अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन। ठीक है ना? दिस इज अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन। क्या क्वेश्चन है, जरा क्वेश्चन सुने। क्वेश्चन ये है, पहले जरा क्वेश्चन की स्टोरी सुने। पहले स्टोरी रीड करें बेटा सारे बच्चे। दिस इज इलास्टिक कॉर्ड। दिस इज इलास्टिक कॉर्ड। दिस इज glider and air track means ignoring friction. Ignoring friction. The glider was pulled to the right. The elastic cord extend. Okay. The glider was released. Obviously, when you stretch the elastic cord and release, then obviously the glider will move towards left side. And when it moved toward the left hand side, there is a light gate. And you know, light gate is a device which can measure the speed of a moving object. If a car is moving on the road, you can calculate, you can measure the speed of the moving car. In this question, the glider is moving towards left hand side and light gate is measuring its maximum speed, and as it is an experiment, so we will repeat for different extension. We will increase extension, note down the speed. We will increase further extension, note down the speed. So along x-axis, different extensions are given, different maximum velocities are given, and this is a graph which they have plotted. And now what is the question? The question is, if you apply a conservation of energy, predict. The graph should be straight line through the origin. Okay. अब्दुल्ला सिर्फ इतनी सी बात बताइए कि if the graph between two physical quantities is a straight line and passing through origin, तो इस बात का कंक्लूजन क्या होता है? If the graph is a straight line and passing through origin, तो बेटा इस बात का मतलब क्या होता है अब्दुल्ला, हमें बताइए। If the graph between two physical quantities is a straight line and passing through origin, then what is the result? इस बात का रिजल्ट क्या है? Simra beta, what is the result if the graph is straight line passing through origin, Simra? The question is, if the graph is a straight line and passing through origin, then what do you conclude by such kind of graph? It means the relation between the two quantities is directly proportional. It means the relation between these two quantities is directly proportional. Okay, this quantity is maximum speed, this quantity is maximum speed, and maximum speed is directly proportional with extension. Okay, if, note down this key point, if graph is a straight line, if graph is a straight line plus passing through origin, graph is a straight line passing through origin, it means these two quantities are directly proportional. जी सिमरा, if the graph is a straight line passing through origin, तो इससे आपको क्या रिजल्ट मिलता है बेटा? Yes, the two quantities are directly proportional. देखो जी, if you say proportional, proportional means, ये वाली बात जरा सुनिएगा, if the graph is a straight line and not passing through origin, then the relation is called only proportional. But if I am saying directly proportional, it means a straight line must pass through origin. Okay, if line not passing through origin but line is straight, it means the relation is proportional. Acha Simra, if the graph is like this, what is the meaning, what is the relation? No, no, sirf only inverse, sorry, the relation is only inversely. Do not say inversely proportional. The relation is inversely, only inversely. But if you are saying inversely proportional, then the graph of inversely proportional like this. This is the graph of, this is the graph of inversely proportional. Okay, this is inversely proportional. This is relation inversely. Do not say proportional. The relation is inversely. Okay, this is directly proportional if it is passing through origin, and if it is not passing through origin, then you will say it is only proportional. I have taught you four concepts. उसमें आपकी बारी है, गौर से सुनिएगा. नंबर वन, सर लाइन स्टेट पासिंग थ्रू ओरिजिन डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल. Line state not passing through origin, the relation is only proportional. The graph is curved like this, it is inversely proportional. The graph is a straight line but tilt towards left hand side or negative gradient, the relation is inversely only. उसमें बेटा जल्दी से बोलो, आगे चले हम लोग. चले, समझ में आ गई, आपने बहुत ही अच्छी बात कह दी है. इस तरह हमें समझ में आ गई है, बस काफी जल्दी से आगे चले. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बेटा. क्वेश्चन ये है हमारे पास कि वी हैव टू अप्लाई कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी. ठीक है जी, कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी? बेटा कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी मींस वन काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी is converting into other type of energy. बेटा उसवा, when you stretch spring, when you stretch elastic cord, which kind of energy is stored in the string? उसवा, यस, इट इज कॉल्ड इलास्टिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. जो बात आपने बोली वो भी सही है, लेकिन इन जनरल पीपल स्पीक इट इज इलास्टिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. ठीक है ना, आपने ज्यादा परफेक्ट वर्ड बोला है. ओके जी, व्हेन इलास्टिक कॉर्ड इज स्ट्रेच्ड, इट स्टोर्स इलास्टिक potential energy, and when the object is released, no, you know, glider is moving, and if glider is moving, then this elastic potential energy is converting into kinetic energy. Okay beta, when you are stretching cord, it is storing elastic potential energy. When you release cord, this elastic potential energy converts into kinetic energy. And now the kinetic energy relation is half m v square. And on the left hand side, elastic potential energy, sir, we have not studied the formula of elastic potential energy right now. We have not started material chapter. लेकिन शायद सिमरा बता दें इनके स्कूल में, अगर उन्होंने मटेरियल पढ़ लिया. डू यू नो द फॉर्मूला ऑफ इलास्टिक पोटेंशियल एनर्जी सिमरा? हुक्स लॉ? नो. हुक्स लॉ इज F equal to kx, and k is called spring constant. So its elastic potential energy is half k x square. You know, work is equal to force into distance. Sir, force is kx, distance is x, but when we calculate by area under the curve, then the result is half kx square. So we will study this topic in the chapter of deformation, but right now you can write only this one, half kx square, and I think we should write delta x. Sir, why? Because in the given graph, we are given we are given delta x is the stretch of the spring. Delta x is the stretch of the spring. So left hand side is half kx square is equals to right hand side is half mv square, and you can simplify half cancel out with half, and I have to show this one. Okay, I have to show this one. Sir, velocity and extension directly proportional. Velocity and extension directly proportional. I have to show this. Okay. So if I can write mv square on the left hand side, kx square on the right hand side, and then speed is equal to k upon m, k upon m, and this square becomes a square root on the other side. This square, this square is converted into square root. Okay, so this k as it is, delta x square as it is, this m is divided, so the speed of glider will be under root k upon m with delta x, and you know k is constant, m is constant, k is constant, m is constant. So under root k upon m is constant. And if you combine equal with constant, then it becomes sign of proportionality. And now you can see speed of the glider is directly proportional with the extension. If you extend elastic cord more, if you stretch elastic cord more, then glider moves with high speed. If you stretch elastic cord less, then its maximum velocity will be slow. So the speed of the trolley is directly proportional with the extension of the spring. And if it is directly proportional, I'm writing as V is directly proportional to extension. So the graph is a straight line. The graph is a straight line and passing through origin. Passing through origin. Okay. So if you do not know this concept, sir, if two quantities are directly proportional, if the two quantities are directly proportional, then their graph will be straight line and passing through origin. If two quantities are directly proportional, then their graph is a straight line and passing through origin. And if you do not know this concept, then obviously you cannot solve this question. So the main concept is, if the two quantities are directly proportional, then their graph will be straight line and passing through origin. जी उसवा, क्या आपको ये पूरी बात समझ में आई इस क्वेश्चन में कि हमने क्या बात प्रूव करने की कोशिश की है उसवा बेटा? ठीक है जी. And now the question is, when the glider was moved to the right by more than 0.5 meter, the graph begin to curve. The graph begin to curve. Okay, and actually this is spring type graph, and I think everyone knows in IGCSE physics, this is force, this is extension. Okay, this is force, this is extension graph. The graph is initially straight line, but when it reaches to the limit of proportionality, then the graph begins to curve. Then the graph begins to curve. It means up to 0.5 meter, when the elastic cord is stretched up to 0.5 meter, then there is limit of proportionality. But as you exceed limit of proportionality, then obviously Hooke's law not remain same, not remain valid, and the graph between force and extension begins to curve. So in the chapter of deformation in IGCSE, we have studied, so the graph remains a straight line up to the limit of proportionality. The graph remains a straight line up to the limit of proportionality. But as you cross the limit of proportionality, then the graph begins to curve. So they are asking, explain why the shape of the graph change. So I have written only already answer. When applied force crosses the limit of proportionality, graph begins to curve. This is according to Hooke's law. According to Hooke's law, there is a limit of proportionality. When you cross the limit of proportionality, then the graph will not remain a straight line and it becomes curve, and this curve means the graph begins to bending. So this is the question, and now there is another concept, या तो मुझसे क्वेश्चन, इस क्वेश्चन का बड़ा एक और पार्ट भी था, इस क्वेश्चन का एक और पार्ट भी था जिसमें वी कैलकुलेट द ग्रेडियंट ऑफ द लाइन एंड दे वर आस्किंग समथिंग। मुझसे कॉपी पेस्ट में बेटा वो सवाल आगे पीछे हो गया मुझे लग रहा है। ठीक है जी, कॉपी पेस्ट में बेटा वो सवाल मुझसे कुछ आगे पीछे हो गया, वरना इसके अंदर मुझे याद है इसमें ग्रेडियंट भी निकलवाते हैं। ठीक है जी। अच्छा कोई बच्चा, चलें छोड़ें, अब तो मिस ही हो गया मुझसे। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 वी हैव ऑलरेडी सॉल्व। नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 10। क्वेश्चन नंबर 10 सर, क्वेश्चन नंबर 10 is an electric pump power output 25 kilowatts, efficiency 25, sorry 52%, 52%. How much energy is dissipated? We have solved all questions only with input and output. This is the only question in which you have to calculate energy dissipated. Sir, what is the meaning of energy dissipated? So I am explaining. I am explaining. Explanation is the energy which we supply to the motor or pump, it is called input, and we expect this input will be converted into output, but due to the friction, due to the resistance, some energy is dissipated into heat. Some energy is dissipated into heat. We are supplying input, that is electricity usually, and we are expecting it is converted into output, but some energy is dissipated as heat, some energy is lost as heat. Okay, and now we are solving the question. The question is efficiency is equal to power output divided by power input into 100 if it is in percentage. Okay, acha ji, this is input power, this is output power, and this is dissipated power. And in this question, we are calculating the dissipated power because the question is calculate rate of energy. Rate of energy means power. Rate of energy means power. Okay. The efficiency is 52%. 52%. If I am removing percent, then it becomes 52 over 100. Output power. Sir, output power is 25. Output power is 25. It is given. What is input power? Sir, we are not given input power. We are not given input power. But input power is equals to output power plus dissipated power. So in denominator, I am writing input power as output power plus dissipated power. And output power is 25. Output power is 25. Okay. This is input power. Input power is equals to output power plus dissipated power. In this question, output power is 25 kilowatts. So output is 25. Dissipated power we have to calculate. Input power is not given, which I have replaced by 25 plus x. And now calculate x and give me the answer. I am waiting. This question is not simple in calculation. If you solve this question for x, then what is x beta? What is the value of x if you solve by calculator? What is x if you solve by calculator? Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right. It is 23.1. And now check A, B, C, D with calculator. Which option answer is 23.1? Which of, हाँ बेटा, you are saying A. Yes, answer is C. हाँ बेटा, 0.48 into 25, it is not 23.1. If you solve, it is C. So we have solved this question, and I think physics is enough to capture in your mind. And tomorrow we will continue the next question at the same time. And now I am stopping my recording.